Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Blue Ridge Silverhound. And tonight or today, you're not going to see a Monday market report. I've decided to skip it, not for the lack of great material that has sold online. I am still going to do the rest of the recap for the Legend auctions, Regency 29. So that'll be coming here in the next few days. Happy early Thanksgiving to everyone. And more importantly, I have one coin to talk about today. But also I wanted to introduce this pretty neat background art. Something to kind of, mix it up a little bit in Blue Ridge Silverhound style. And what this is this is the Lake Tahoe Railway. Sorry. This is an old vintage photo of the railroad that used to run right on the lake and on the Truckee River. As you can see here on the right is the Lake Tahoe. The actual the rail is actually on the lake near the shore. So it's something you can't really see on there, but pretty neat. Something different as opposed to either that wood background I've been doing or perhaps that white sheet that you've seen. Let's see how this works. Something to kind of a little feast for the eyes, I guess. But let's see how it works with the coins. So the reason why I haven't done any videos here in the last 3-4 days is, well, I lost my voice, for crying out loud. Today it's come back just good enough that I could do this video. And I wanted to share this new purchase. It's a 1971D Lincoln Cent. It is off-center by 55%. But it has a full date. And yeah, I wanted to spend a few moments discussing this coin. Why these are beginning to really, become super popular. And they're not quite expensive yet. You could get coins of this type for under $100 still, believe it or not. This is it's still a Lincoln Memorial Cent. Okay. But the reason why I love this coin is, well, it's got a really nice bluish tone with some red and a little bit of fiery orange mixed in there, which, in an off-center coin, it's really tough to find examples that exhibit any sort of natural toning. I'm glad this one did. And it even shows on the reverse. Actually, the lighting, the way it sits right there, you could kind of see it. And it brings it out really well. But in reality, I guess what I really wanted to discuss is how these coins come about. The U.S. Mint produces errors all the time. Okay, so now it's going to be a matter of, do they destroy them when they find them, or do they just allow them to go into circulation? Generally, where you're going to find these is going to be in the mint sewn bags. Okay, the mint doesn't release rolls to be distributed to the banks. They're released at the Federal Reserve banks, and then they go to an armored car company to further manage it from there, or perhaps they'll go directly to the bank. It's kind of hard to say. It's much like picking up big bundles of bricks of dollar bills that are still in the Bureau of Engraving packaging. Okay, you'll see them at the bank, and there are people that pick them up from the bank that way. But if we were to kind of speculate, okay, the size of the coin is still somewhat bigger than a nickel. So the coin wouldn't necessarily be found in a nickel roll. The coin would still be, too wide for that. Although, it's been known that some of these have been discovered in rolls, just finding the right size. And the quarter is just big enough to cover the entire coin that maybe, just maybe, one of these can be found. Realistically, none. Again, you know, these are something you could find in a mint sewn bag directly from the mint. Okay, that's going to be your best shot at finding one of these, along with like blank planchets and the other various types of errors. You know, it's just really interesting. And I've seen these go up in price here recently. I would say they've upticked about 10-15% in the last year to 18 months, thereabouts. But you know, if you guys are looking for like a really interesting collection that you could still find enough examples out there to fulfill a collection, that would be 1959 and up Lincoln cents. You get up into the zinc coins, 1982 and up. There are a lot more available out there. But, you know, once you get into the earlier 59 to that 1980, 81, with the copper planchets, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's a rewarding find nonetheless. It's a rewarding acquisition nonetheless, especially if you could assemble, you know, a full date set where you could still see a lot of the date, if not all of it. You know, 71D, it's a tougher date, and one in which will surely gain in value over time. So, I want to thank you guys for joining in for 50% Blue Ridge Silverhound. You know, as I get through this little throat issue I've had here. I'm not a smoker or anything, but, you know, with all the smoke going on here in Northern California with the wildfires, it's been pretty difficult. But I hope you guys enjoyed this new backdrop that we're going to try out for a little while. It still has the glass on there, and you know, so you'll see my hand, and sometimes you get a sneak of my face and all that stuff. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for joining in. Go ahead and hit the like button down here if you enjoyed today's content. And as always, I'm your host, Blue Ridge Silverhound. You guys have a wonderful week, and yeah, enjoy your Thanksgiving. Take care.